Welcome everyone once again to Coast to Coast, the dedicated West Coast Eagles podcast, season 2024. We're really in the thick of it right now, and I don't want to keep these guests waiting in the weeds for too long. Riding high on cloud nine. First of all, back-to-back waffle wins. The great man, Jason Gillbee. How you doing, mate?
Good thumper. Going well. How about us? Equal fifth other than percentage at the moment.
Flying right now. And we'll get to all the waffle chat pretty soon. But I want you to introduce our new guest and a debutant for the podcast this afternoon, please.
Debutant. So we have Tyrell. I thought it was Dewar. Is it Dewar or Dewar?
It's Dewar, but the nickname is Dewar.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Tyrell Dewar.
So you've been playing with him for how many weeks? You don't know his name. Is that what you're saying?
No. I thought it was Dewar, but then like when the cheer squad get going, it's Dewar, oi, oi, oi. So I wasn't too sure.
Is that the first time you've had a cheer squad like making up some stuff for you? Or?
That was happening last year as well with the waffle. Whenever you kick a goal, they just shout, Dewar, 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 oi, oi, oi.
That should be your ringtone. That's mad.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be good to have him on.
Have you listened to an episode of this podcast ever?
I listened to Kobe Burgill's and Ryan Marrick's one, which was pretty funny.
You were enthralled by it, were you?
Yeah. I think I gave a question in to how come Ryan Marrick, how did he crash his car or something like that? Or Kobe Burgill. They both broke down. Their cars both broke down.
I was behind.
They both have Teslas now.
I was behind Bergs when he crashed that car and had to swerve out of the way.
So you could have been involved in it?
Yeah, like he was like, I was driving behind him and I'm just watching and this car just goes, smashes into the, and I'm like, swing my car like out to the next lane to swerve around it. Otherwise, I would have hit him as well.
Oh, so your drive to survive kicked in. You missed it. It's pretty good by you.
It wasn't bad.
So you're telling me you just tuned in to hear your question and then get out? Is that what you're saying?
No, I listened for a bit. Yeah, I listened to nearly 75% of it.
Hey, that's big.
Yeah.
That's more than what our audience does.
Yeah.
Mate, in all honesty, seeing you make your AFL debut was so good because in my opinion, no one was more deserving this year to make their AFL debut than you. The reason for that is the 2023 waffle season and what you went through.
Yep.
Would you play 18 games in that year?
Yep.
Absolute devastation of a year where it was mainly you, Bakes, the Batman, like just the three of you.
Yeah.
Trotting out with like 17, 18 amateurs like, hey, mate, how you going? Like new one each way. Wasn't that bad, but
Nah, it's all right.
what did that do for you? Your mental well-being and also your learning. Crazy year to first be involved in waffle.
Yeah, every game we were losing by like over. There was a few games where we lost by over 100 points. One team scored 200 points on us.
At the whacker that day,
yeah,
right?
that was a whacker. Me and Jordan Baker were playing. And very heartbreak of a year to be in. I just thought in the off-season, I was thinking, what I got to do to get a game, you know? Like I seen all the other boys debuting, like Longy, Elijah, Ruben, and all that, and Marrick, and I was thinking, why can't that be me, you know? And just put my head down in the off season, and yeah.
What'd you work on specifically that made a jump? That experience in the waffle that whole year would have made a difference, but did you do something more specific over the break?
Just boosting confidence, I reckon. Putting on a bit more size. I put on 14 kilos since I first started, my first day.
We dream of stuff like that, don't we? It's almost doubling up.
You know, I seen like a Snapchat memory from 4 years ago today and I ticked over 70 kilos. And I'm now like, I've just got to 80.
It's a grind.
Kilos in 4 years.
So good. Why don't you give us an explanation of the academy and how it all first came about? So young Kalgoorlie fella, were the Eagles in town, or was it more you had to sign up for the academy and you came here a lot? Like, give me an idea of how that all went down.
So I was about, I reckon, 15, 16 when the Eagles Academy, Nick Nat Academy, came down to Kalgoorlie and put up a poster around school and they reckon, kids come down and try out for a scratch match and played all right in the scratch match and got selected for the Nick Nat Academy and then later on in that year had a game against the Freo NGA's game. Did all right in that and then got selected into the High Performance Academy for Eagles, Nick Nat, and then, went from there, stayed at Eanes and all that, and yeah.
Crazy. So if you hadn't seen that poster, you probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to do it.
Probably not, yeah.
Did you just be the hungriest player of all time in this scratch match? Were you just playing on ball the whole game?
Nah, not really, no. I was playing I didn't really play midfield because I was a lot more skinnier back then from now. Well, I still am skinny, but yeah. But nah, just just wanting to play footy in Perth and see like all like my idols coming through. Like I really idolised Liam getting drafted, playing AFL, and just wanting to be at that level. So yeah.
What a trip. You're getting out there in the community space and to know that one of these programs has sort of triggered it all is crazy.
It is. Like we were in obviously Northern for the weekend, but we went to the to a few of the schools on the Monday, Tuesday, and we have a story about that later as well, the Northern visit.
Very excited for that one,
yeah, and we're like handing out all them posters and we just got kids like just come down to and things like that and running them sort of programs. So it's just dropping the posters out and like little like towns like that, and I was from a little town, so like when you see things like that are around, everyone just goes. And there's some good footballers out like there, so it's good programs.
The other thing was you're obviously a West Coast fan growing up.
Dockers.
It's flat. So you couldn't,
I had a membership in 2022, which was my draft year.
Oh, that's mental.
I know.
So even still, you're following these AFL players, you know, you're getting picked up on a list. Were you feeling any apprehension or nerves to be floating around and meeting? You talked about Liam Ryan being an aspiration. What was it like rubbing shoulders with players all of a sudden?
My first week, I remember I was like, didn't even like feel really that real, because when I got drafted, they didn't call out my name, pick 57 or whatever. They just said, drafted as a Cat B rookie. Sure, that was you too.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't happen draft night, or
it happened on the rookie day.
Yeah.
The third day, so it was before like the rookie picks.
Yeah, they tell me. They tell me we don't even film that one. They're like, it's so boring. There's nothing going on.
See, mine was. I sort of knew about like the second night of the draft. It was either I think GWS could have Longy as a Cat B just from where Longy was addressed and where he was living. So if Longy didn't get drafted, and like they told me that if Noah's still there, we'll take Noah.
And we got him late too, didn't we?
And Noah was like last pick of the draft, which meant then I could go to GWS for a year and spend a year up there and then move on.
Yeah, but it was like that quick. They call out names. They'd say like Adelaide have selected whoever, and it happened in like 20 seconds, and like it wasn't really like something to get excited about. They just said it. They didn't, because like when someone calls out your name in the draft, like pick one, Harley Reid, and then you're like jumping around. Yeah. But with the Cat B announcement, it was just like so boring, and parents were like, "Oh, well done." I was like, that wasn't really that exciting.
I didn't know that's how it went down. All right.
Yeah.
Now I know this for a fact, but why don't you tell the listeners and maybe even Gilbs if he doesn't know about your first introduction to Optus Stadium and getting out there on field in 2022?
When was this?
Sir Doug round.
Oh yeah,
that was the
that was 2022 against Bulldogs. I got the honours of dancing before the game for Indigenous round. That was a wicked experience. It was very cold. I was wearing just like a little julep. Yeah. The little jocks had paint on me. All I was thinking about was just like not like messing up the way I dance and all that, because I knew like all the players, like blokes like Bontempelli and all that were watching. Tim Kelly, Dom Shee, Jeremy McGovern. And when I was looking like at them, they looked like really tall, because I must have been a bit short.
And you're low down for the dancing.
Yeah, I know. I was like moving around like real low. But it was a very cold night that night. So, I was freezing in my julep.
Do you have to learn like, or that's just like something you've learned? Like,
yeah, something I've learned when I was growing up with this Indigenous program back at school.
Yeah, right.
Wesley College. Yep.
What I have been told, hail boy, no good Wesley. What I have been told is that you're giving a lot back to the academy. That's the word of mouth. Brownie, going to talk to him. I said, give me a bit about him. He goes, he was pretty like yappy, like he was, wouldn't say annoying, but he was very eager when we were in town. Yep. I was like, I believe that. Mm-hmm. But he also said the amount of work that you're doing now for the program to go and talk to the aspiring Next Gen Academy members is above and beyond. And do you feel a sense of, not debt, but wanting to give back, wanting to show the pathway for these youngsters?
Yeah, I just spoke to the boys about 2 months ago, the high performance Nick Nat boys. Just like what I had to do to get to where I am now, like how much hard work it takes, the difference between like WAFF and AFL, and also had to talk with them at the end of last year, like what you need to do to get drafted and all that. The sacrifices you have to make. It's not that easy to get drafted, but just like all types of stuff like that. But yeah.
I'm sure they appreciate it hard. Had the young fella in yesterday, so it was public holiday, and no one to look after him.
Yeah, he said that, eh?
And he walked past Harley yesterday in the hallway, got a high five from him, and then just didn't, just forgot about it. And I was like, mate, do you know how many school kids, would kill to have a high five from Harley right now, like lift and be more excited? And he was like, oh, Dad, you reckon I get a photo with him? I'm like, mate, he's just copped 2 weeks. Like, it's not the time. He's not going to be very happy in the photo. How are moods around the house this week?
Well, Hals's parents are over at the moment. So they came over came over last week so they could, I suppose, watch on the weekend, and then obviously 2 home games for West Coast, so they'd be able to watch North Melbourne as well. But obviously, the big
plan's out the window.
The big fella won't be playing anymore. But he's all right. He was a bit flat afterwards, but rightly so. He was a bit, but he'll learn about all that stuff, I suppose, when his taggers and people start helping him and things like that. But he's all right. And there was people. We went out for dinner last night with his family and then auntie and uncle as well. And there's definitely people still out there wanting photos. Their kids are still wanting photos, so still enough of a role model.
Where'd you go? Rockpool?
No, we went to Good Company just at Carrinup. Just nice. It was pretty chill there.
Yeah.
There was like a woman who nearly had a heart attack seeing him there last night though.
Is that right? Older, younger?
Bit older, like
bit weird.
Yeah. And then just cruise through Yochi, and then obviously there's the crowd at Yochi's obviously a bit younger, so
yeah.
What's your go-to flavour at Yochi?
I'm like just vanilla.
I
just go vanilla,
salted caramel.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I don't really go that much though to Yoch.
I've been in
To
ages.
Yochi. Do you even know?
No. I had to have Harry Barnett explain it to me.
Yeah,
I
I
showed
thought
all
you
of my age when I asked him that. I saw Harley at Carrinup when he was trying to get a kit for the dress-up day when you guys came in. He was in Big W, costume section. Just last minute, I was like, mate, you're gonna have a shocker tomorrow. If this
Do you know what he
What was
done?
what was the scenario, like the outfit, like because I dressed up as Maui from Moana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Iconic character.
I didn't.
But you thought it had to be like an actual
I
character.
thought, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what type of.
But this is his second
Yeah.
year on the list.
I know.
Will you learn from last year?
I know. I think it was like something like an NBA
Yeah, I
walk
thought
in.
it was-
I thought it was
I
something
heard
like
it
that.
was
Yeah.
He went.
I forgot
For
about
some
that.
reason, him and Chess brought Lycra bike kits. And it was supposed to be an NBA dress up, and then Harles pulled the pin on him the night before, and just went as this swaggy as dude.
Love it. He read
and
the
then
play.
Chess came in one out in his bike Lycra.
That's a good stitch up. So, well, now you know next year if you got some swag kit in the back of your closet you can wear.
Oh
No, don't tell us.
yeah.
Because you keep it a little secret.
Yeah.
That'd be
find out
good.
next year.
What's the latest, house story or the biggest issue around the house, albeit when the parents aren't here? What's going on in the household?
Well, Harles is probably still trying to get me to do a bit more cleaning. But I don't do I had this theory that I should do my washing when I run out of clothes in my wardrobe. So when I finally don't have any clothes left, then I'll wash them all.
But
and I
didn't
can go
this
through
result
again.
to you having to wear a tux to Rothy's house for dinner? So it doesn't work all the
It
time.
did,
does
I
it?
know. But I thought of this the other day, and it was thanks to Vanessa, Harley's mum, told me, because the only reason I hate doing the washing and hate is hanging it out. So I hate hanging the washing out. So I'm going to do it every 1 or 2 days, so there's not much to hang out.
My parents still do my washing and my cooking.
Yeah.
I live
Wow.
at home still.
Well, yes. So Tyrell, I do have a question here from Dewar Talia.
Oh no.
Who'd that be?
My sister.
She wants to know, when are you moving out of home?
Probably. What year is it now? Probably 2029 or something.
Is it pretty sweet there at the moment?
Yeah. Come home, cook dinner, washing done for me, sheets and that done for me, rooms clean. All I got to do is just pay rent.
Who would you move out with if you had to? And you can't pick someone that's got kids in a family because I don't think you can be like an extra child at this point. It's got to be one of the youngsters. You can't be Liam's extra child.
Does it have to be someone from West Coast?
In this scenario, yeah.
Some boys already have a house together.
No, but you could just be the third wheel.
Probably Jordan Baker.
Where's he living? Home?
He's living with his mum and dad as well.
You two should ride it while it's hot, I reckon. All right, let's talk AFL experience
Yep.
for you, Dewar. So, Pies game.
Yep.
Unbelievable scenes. You come on, you get to play the whole game, which is the first game that you've got to start,
Yep.
obviously. So, Was it an absolute whirlwind? Do you remember all of it, or is it a bit blurry because of how crazy the excitement and nerves were leading into a contest like that?
Yeah, I was really nervous that morning. I woke up and I was thinking, it doesn't even feel like I'm like debuting or anything. It hasn't really hit yet. But when it started to hit was in that first quarter when like Pies kicked the goal and how loud the crowd was, because like it was closed, there was a roof overhead and like it was very like loud in there. That's when I was like, oh no, here we go. And then I was just thinking during the game, I was thinking, where does Simo want me? Where does Nida want me? Just thinking, I don't want to mess up or anything. But kicked the goal in the second quarter, had another shot from the boundary which didn't even make the distance. The third one I could have handballed over the top to Marek, and I went back and missed that one.
Well, no, your goal was pretty epic, mate. Yeah. And that was wasn't so epic afterwards. They kicked 10 straight, so it wasn't a great omen. But would you have forgiven JD if he marked that in retrospect now? Would you still be talking to him around the club?
I would, yeah. I'd probably just get him, hopefully just repay me in some way, like buy me a coffee or something. But yeah, saying sorry.
First AFL go on a coffee. I don't know if that's a fair trade, great man.
But yeah, I was just looking at it and I was thinking, don't touch it, please. And then I just went,
All right, then sub VDs. A few disposals, tackle, drenched with Gatorade, win afterwards. How special was that feeling?
It was wicked. Had all the family from Kalgoorlie down.
They were sitting up behind me.
Yeah.
They were loving it, like when he come on.
Dad,
and there was that many the faces of me.
Yeah, Dad, the next Monday after the Collingwood game, Dad goes to the shop and buys out about 20 cuts of my head and takes it all to the game. And then I could see it. When I ran out, I looked over there and I was ahead and I was like, oh my God.
They were all up behind us.
Yeah.
They were going off. It was so...
I'd take one back to the desk if I got a hold of one. That's brilliant.
Clay all has one in his room.
Let's love it. What great inspiration for each day.
I know.
Okay, so then the Crows game, that was your third game. So weird feeling, I would think, in an AFL game to know that 95% of the state has turned off their TVs by the time you come on to the ground and play the game.
Yeah.
And you're coming on at a time where so many of the boys are deflated, but you're like I almost don't care about the score at this point. I want to come on and impact and just have a go.
Yeah.
Talk the mindset of coming on in an AFL game of footy when you're down by 84 points.
Yeah, I think my first touch was an intercept mark. I was just thinking as soon as I came on, I've got to touch the footy. Even in the Melbourne game, I was thinking, it would just look terrible on the stat sheets if I had zero touches. I was thinking, oh no, come on, please let me get a touch. And then ended up touching it again 2 times. It's similar to the week before at Melbourne. But yeah.
You do running afterwards at Adelaide though?
Yes, extra 5Ks.
You get heckled?
Nah, not really. Me and Clay Hall did it after the Adelaide game, and I did it by myself after the Melbourne game.
I asked Truey if he did his running on the weekend just gone. He said, yeah. I was like, oh, no good. He goes, nah, there's some like drunk supporters that are hung around there cheering me on, and I was up and about for him.
Yeah.
Usually there's a few that stay around, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, at Optus there was a few like egging me on, like, come on, Dewar, come on.
That's epic. What were your thoughts on the Saints game? Great, man. Were you watching it? Or
Yeah, I was.
preparing
just
for
at home.
Northern?
No, I actually went, see, I don't really like going, if we have a game after the AFL game, I just feel like I'm standing around for too long, not really eating food. Not that I do anyway, but anyway. So I ran around and sat with Longy and kept his company. Took him a few Gatorades and a few bags of chips, and
Good of you, yeah.
hooked into them. But we just watched from home. It was good. The first half was exciting. We were out of our seats when Gaffey kicked his first as well. And obviously it was good to see Harles was running amok out there, but. And Flinny as well thought he was about to have 40. I sent it to one of the boys from GWS, Harry Perryman. I sent I sent the stat sheet at quarter time, and I was like, what about Flinny?
What do you have?
And he had 8 at quarter time. And he was the leading possession winner at quarter time, and I sent it to...
And started on the pile.
Yeah, and I sent it to Harry, and I was like, how about the new Flinny? And then I get a message, I get a response from that message about 4 hours later, and Pezza goes, I think he slowed up a bit, Gilbo. I said he well and truly did. But, I don't know. They sort of just ran over the top of him, didn't they? And I think the whole Harley tag that sort of killed his sort of vibe, and then he does create a bit of energy out there as well.
Yeah,
So
it sucks when they think that that's going to be the
sucked it
blueprint
out of him, isn't it? Yeah.
as well. You know, that played
Yeah,
such
I
a role.
know. Yeah.
That that's not going to go anywhere anytime
Scaring
soon.
him? Nah, it's not. He'll love it.
And then Simo says that Saints are meant to be like the best GPS team in the comp, or one of the fittest in the comp.
Well, I feel like they've got a few like really good runners, so it probably helps for some of the guys that I know they've got a few really like that. Darcy Wilson can run all day, and people. I think Brad Hill is pretty similar.
Yeah, Wanganeen's got some pace.
Yeah.
Coaches' votes. I want to talk about this for a minute. So Wanganeen, Miller at 8, Wood 7, kicked 4. It's probably fair enough. Yo 5, Wilkie 5, Duggo 3, Dow 1, Liam 1. I was staggered that no one gave any votes to Gov or TV.
Yeah.
TV was in one of the teams of the week. I seen on the 7AFL.
Yeah, right. So he's had something like, what did TV have?
Didn't he have
7
10?
intercept grabs?
Yeah, did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Without him and Gov, we're losing by 50.
Yeah.
He's impressive. He just he's like floats in the air a bit, doesn't he? Like looks like he jumps early and he just stays up there and hangs on to him.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
I think he's had like
reckon,
50 plus save the days this year already. Save the days are like when they're full pelt at us and then he just comes out of nowhere and saves the day for us.
You've labelled that internally as save the day players.
Yeah.
Mate, they'd be leading the comp without it, surely. So yeah, okay. I've got Flinny here. You've talked to him after the game, clearly. Tight with him.
Yeah.
He run out of tickets in the end, or what?
Nah, I actually only spoke to him today because I obviously didn't go, so I hadn't spoke to him since. But
He did the presser. Not many gags, but he got through it.
really,
Yep.
What after the game?
No, today.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah. No, he just ran out of steam, I think, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, the waffle game, like he was obviously going to come back pretty slow going in terms of ground covered and sprint.
How about the 77 on his back too in the waffle game? Wearing the 77.
We'll get to Hutch.
so
We'll get to
heavy.
Hutch's number as well. There's some
true.
outrageous numbers going on as well.
83.
Yeah.
I've never seen a number that big. All right, did you guys know that this was a rule? When the ball, for those that can't see, when the ball got trapped inside Wilkie's feet and then his feet got carried over the line
That it was out on the full.
and they've adjudicated it out on the full. Did you know that was a rule?
No. What?
Well, is it? They've called it.
Technically.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair, but
Yeah.
So when that got
I don't
paid,
know how they've seen it though, like where the
they didn't even get paid, did it?
boundary.
no, I got paid. I think mine's just going ahead of time.
But
This was the other one. So like when Hales got taken high over the boundary line and they said that he'd already gone out of bounds. But it was like you can still give free kicks away, like remonstrating and wrestling, and high is high, right?
Rowan Marshall actually stands on the mark, like initially. So he thinks he's even given away free.
Yeah.
But
That were two moments. I just didn't know where the rules sat. Don't know if you're two AFL
No one does
aficionados that know some
Yeah.
rules and want to school me on it. Do you are? No.
Nah.
No, wouldn't have thought. Right, I want to talk about Flying's shot on goal, which I do not have on the laptop here in front of me. So when he comes in for the left foot snap and then realises the dude's too close and then balks him and goes around,
I reckon
is he making that up as he goes?
I reckon he planned it before. He always plans his stuff he does, but
He reckons he didn't plan it, or he said to Scully he reckons he made it up. Do you believe that?
I heard him say the other day, I seen he was too close, and I was like, you couldn't have seen him, you were facing that way. But yeah, nah, I reckon he might have planned it. But yeah. He'll tell you.
I reckon he's a crazy thinker. Like I remember when I was obviously filling in with the lads training out there, and I was playing on Flying, and then I kind of forgot that I was playing on Flying for a second, and like looked around to try to find him, and then like back of the head attempted hanging at training, and then I've got to walk back in and have a shower and go sit at the office, just knowing, and everyone in the office is like watching out the window, seeing that Flying's tried to attempt to hang her, but he reckons like he's seen me coming back, so he just thought like he'd put his knee like there instead of like fully jumping into it. I'm like, how do you even think of that stuff?
Crazy.
Like I just think I got to try like get halfway up his back if I ever attempted to try take a hanger.
He had a moment in Ford 50 on the weekend where Sheeta was front and square to a contest, and he's collected it, and he's gone to give the handball to Sheeta and pulled it at the last minute. So he's there, and the ball's kind of slipping out as he's changed his mind. When you replay it, you would think that the guy is right on Sheeta's hammer, but the dude's 5 away, about to close in on Sheeta. And Flying's read that in the splittest of second.
Have you got it on the computer for
No, I
us?
don't. The fans are seeing it online, but you're not seeing it right now.
Yeah.
But it was just that recognition is unbelievable when it's so split second.
Yeah.
And if they were standing next to each other, sure.
Yeah.
But he's read that he could get to him in 5 metres and read it perfectly. He's just a
impressive,
freak
eh?
when he's on, and we're seeing his best.
Yeah.
JD's going into the history books this week. I'm going to ask you what for. It is not for the longest time tying up his shoelace before a shot on goal. Is not what he's broken. It was right up there. What record is he breaking this week?
300 games?
Is
No.
he equal with Dean Cox, or is he going one past him? 291.
He's about to
290.
equal Coxie.
290.
It's close to 300 though, so it's 290.
290.
Which will make him the second most games played.
How many games has he got to a banger? 43. Beautiful number.
Yeah.
So Gaffey's right up his clacker as well. He's sitting fourth, and he's just going past Glenn
When has Gaffey
Jakovic.
played?
277 now. He's outright fourth.
All right.
So crazy numbers. All right. Where were you when Aussie was going so rogue that it was just pets going wild out there up the stadium?
I think on the way to Longy's house.
Right.
So driving there. But I only seen it on Instagram. I missed it.
Were you at the game?
Which game? On the weekend.
When
Yeah,
the
the
eagle
Ops
went
game.
rogue.
Yeah.
And they had to catch the eagle.
Oh,
You
the
seen any
eagle.
of that?
Yeah, I seen
Aussie.
that. Yeah,
She went AWOL.
yeah. One of the staff, Chad that kicks the footies out for us. He tells us, say how many seconds will the eagle be up in the air until he lands, and it's been on average about a minute, in between a minute and 50 seconds, and that would have been well over half an hour. You reckon?
We went and reviewed the vision of where it all went wrong. So Yvonne, who's been the handler of Aussie since I've been here, so over about 13 years, she just lost grip of Aussie when she was having a feast or whatever on the plinth in the middle of the oval. And then you can see the grip loose, and then Aussie was off. And then the moment she's let go, I've cooked it here.
Yeah.
And then for Aussie to go up to the stands, the time it takes for you to go to the middle of the ground to the second story is a long time, man.
You could even see Stapes and Benny Sharman freaking out. I was like, oh no, he's not going to come down before the game.
Mate,
He'll be
delay
flying
the game
around at quarter time if they don't get him down.
Well,
it
someone
delay
told me that Aussie was flying around for an entire first quarter during an AFLW game once at Optus, which I didn't know that story of.
Really?
But yeah, like Mark Lecrae had a great Insta story where he's like filming Stapes, the security integrity officer, just like on the phone, just like this, and Lecker's like, "What are you gonna do, mate? Look at him. What are you gonna do? Please." It's pretty funny from Leck anyway. So I think Shuey said that he's got a bird phobia, so he was like a bit nervous out there on the field doing CB warm up.
Really?
Schuster.
Yeah, just because he was like in the stand.
Alright.
It's like, calm down, Boots. You'll be right. All right. Well done to all involved for the Perth big freeze. So people were getting dunked in the water at like quarter time, half time,
Daisy
three-quarter
down,
time.
didn't she?
Daisy was one of them.
Mike Hussey.
Yeah, Mr. Cricket, Mike Hussey. Taj Burrow had like water tipped over his head because he couldn't get in with his shoulders bung or something like that. Embley dressed as the king, as Elvis, which looked outrageous. Video coming out soon.
Did I see Michelangelo there? Who was that?
Well, that was Daisy
yeah, that's right.
in the Turtles kit. So I wanted to ask you, if you were to get dunked, what are you wearing? Don't say the Moana kit because you've done that one. Can't be Maui.
Maui, yeah.
I'm going to say I know last year for Mad Monday I brought these, them big blow-up dinosaurs that are like 2 meters tall, but then that's probably like, I really just wanted to like dress up as them because I'd brought them, so there was 3 of us that were in a group. You got to go in your group, and one of us was supposed to dress up as a ranger, and then the other 2, these big 2 dinosaurs, which I thought was funny, and I spent a bit of money on it. And we just like pulled out and went as the Teletubbies, 3 of us. But I really want to wear that. So I'd say like this big 2 meter tall dinosaur.
You're just looking for any social situation to get use out of these costumes, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have a ping at how much money you reckon the Danaher Fight M&D cause has raised of
In
all
the
these
10 years?
Yeah,
$1 billion.
not quite.
More?
No.
Lower.
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
Do it
it's-
over and under. Like lower, higher.
No, 600.
Lower than $1 billion.
674 million.
Nah, man.
Say higher.
Way lower than that.
Oh, 90 million.
It's pretty close. A bit
88
lower.
million.
98.
It's lower than, what did I say? You said 90, didn't you?
Yeah,
It's
higher.
lower.
40 million.
Nah, it's $85 million. Unbelievable.
Actually, we were saying $1 billion and like 900 million.
Yeah. Look, they're doing well.
Yeah.
They're not there.
Yeah, no, we were
All right?
always there.
Can I ask you a question?
impressive.
I saw it's very impressive and Mondays to come, so more donating to do. I want to ask you about why Harvey Johnston and Colin Livingston are doing math equations out there on the track in the middle of training.
So 5 times 5 plus 5. 25. Okay. That's 1. 6 times 6 minus 6.
30.
10 times 10 minus 9. Let's go start signing.
91.
Clean sweep, Bob. Let's go start signing, odds. 12.
144.
What's going on there?
So Simo had to choose who does, out of the odds and evens, who does EPP first, which is something we do after training to get better at footy, and then whoever wins gets to go sign jerseys first and then do EPP.
Yeah, so
Well,
it's
I
an
think it's the
advantage.
other way.
It's an advantage to go first, right?
Go first for I don't know what, and then at the start of the year, Cohen won in the auditorium, and then I think on the latest Insta post, Harvey won.
Yeah.
So they're 1-1 now.
So all year you're just barracking for the same two people doing math equations all year.
Yeah, well, everyone voted for them two to go at it again.
Why are they the
I don't
worst
know.
in math? or what?
No, they're pretty smart. Yeah, pretty
Okay.
quick.
Cohen was
But some of the-
really quick. I
Yeah.
remember the first one because I think
Yeah.
we were helping out at training. Out on track again.
Some of the
Glory days.
some of the questions were pretty easy, but like
Yeah.
it would have taken me a while, like 5 seconds. But they're Harvey Johnson like that quick,
Yeah, he
like
was on
1
to it.
second.
Yeah, I just seem really out there, and that's who's buggering up the the program. So when I think that odds and evens are like whatever, and it's thrown out, it's because they're
Yeah.
doing math equations, changing it up. So good on you.
Yep.
All right, give me some. I saw you playing golf on Instagram.
Yep.
Who are you playing golf with?
I play a lot with Chance Bateman, the Indigenous coordinator here
He
at West
can
Coast.
play, hey.
Yeah, he can play.
Have you played with him?
Yes, I've
Really?
played with him twice.
Yeah.
He got to two, I reckon he got to 2 in that time, I reckon he said. Did
Yeah.
he?
Yeah,
Something
he
like
did.
that, 1 or
Yep.
2.
I believe it. So he teaching you a few things.
Yeah, he has, but then it's sometimes when I do like a not so good shot, he'd make fun of me and stuff for it. But yeah, and there was the only time I have beaten him is when me and Tyler Brockman did an Ambrose and he was by himself.
Love it.
We scored 39 and he scored 40. I had a putt on the last hole. It was a par 3 to win it. It was about maybe 2 meters away. Got it in and we both got into him.
I love it.
And then he shouted us a chicken palmy after it.
Hey, wholesome.
Yes.
If you do want some lessons, though, I know a Callaway sponsor that could probably give you some tips over there. You got the deal sorted?
No, well, I went and got but I think I sort of have worked out why potentially I may have gotten the clubs a fair bit off the clubs. I think
Is it a link to Harley?
they messaged me saying like you should see Harley. If I could get up and do a demo of Harley trying to swing the golf club, I would.
Is it shocking?
It's can I do it? Can I get up?
Well, you're not going to be seen.
No, I'm not going to be seen, but I just want to show you.
Just get him.
This is a podcast audio, so they're going to love
Yeah.
that. The ones that are listening, yep.
He's like this, so the golf ball's there, and Harley actually goes like this.
Happy Gilmore.
Oh, so it's Happy Gilmore
Yeah.
standing.
Mini
up.
Happy
And it's
Gilmore.
like cricket as well. It's like steps into it.
Yeah.
And anyway, they're telling me like, can you bring Harley along? Like, and we'll get you both fitted up.
Oh, so they don't know he swings like this yet.
They don't know he swings like this,
Right.
and we're going like proper fitting. So, and you know like what proper fittings? They can be 2 hours. And
He'll break clubs.
yeah, I know. And I told him about it like early in the week, and I told him the wrong place because I sort of wanted him to come. He doesn't even know I've done this, but I told him it was like 6 or 7 minutes away because like he wasn't that interested.
Where are
in
you going to Burragoon?
It was the golf box.
To
at-
Joondalup?
No, at like down Freo. Took us like 35 minutes. He's like, we're on the way there, and he's like starting to get a bit angry. And he comes in. I was like, mate, like you're just gonna have to come in and show face. I initially thought we might be able to just like get a club and then take a photo. He'd be in the photo. I'd just be like on the outside of the
What's he
photo.
doing? Meet and greets with every customer that comes in.
And then we go up to the fitting shop, and like this guy's like, oh, who wants to go first? And I'm like, I'll go first, like to sort of save Harley from like getting up there to swing the golf club. And then after about 15 minutes, I was like, oh, he's got to go. Sorry, he's going to have to come back next time. So I got fitted.
That would have been wrapped, eh?
Yeah, but he said he's like happy to go back, but he's just like, I just don't want him to do a fitting because like they're going to be like, ugh, like, what are we working with here? This guy's stepping into a golf ball like it's a cover drive.
I'll go first, mate. I'll go first. Well, you know, Harley's got 15 minutes till he goes, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go first. Mate, if I was doing that fitting, I'd be so flat with you.
I know.
Right.
But nah, he's going to come back, but I haven't heard back, so.
We love Callaway here at the club. That's very good. So, give me a quick talk of Northam. So, bus there on the way. What was it, an 8 a.m. bus on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8
Lucky
o'clock.
for this fella here, I thought, because we were all sort of pretty dead and sort of livened everyone up on the way down there. But we missed you on the way back, eh?
What were you doing
Yeah,
as hype man on the way down, though?
Yeah, I was just like telling everyone to wake up, you know, because everyone just had their headphones on, just like being boring, just like looking out the window and just like, Barney, wake up! Just telling everyone, you know, like, who else did I tell?
Good vibe, man.
Rocky.
And
Asking, like, are we there yet? Like,
Yeah. Just
till it became like,
I just wanted to be annoying, you know.
love
yeah.
it. Did it
It
work?
was funny,
Yeah,
yeah.
it worked, yeah.
So I started well.
Yeah, and then when we were like 20 minutes away, everyone started to get up and about, standing around. And then, yeah, I think
It was
that's probably won us the game.
Easily.
2 points.
Was that the windiest game of footy you've ever played in?
Yes, oh my God. I had one set shot where I aimed like in the middle of the goal post and the point post. Nearly went out in the full, like, just for a point. That was my only point for the game.
That was absolutely mental.
I've been-
And Riley Willis knows the breeze as well. He was the bloke that was having the shot on goal to win them the game.
Yeah.
From 40
That
out.
was on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought you'd done that on
But
purpose.
I didn't. I didn't. Was it Mark though, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was like up at the stoppage. That guy's quick. Like, what's his name? Riley Willis.
Riley Willis.
He's
Yeah.
fast. Anyway,
Played
I'm
Colts with
on
him.
him like at the stoppage, and it's like sort of getting like not long left now, and he just like slips me, and I'm like, he's gone. And then like I'm chasing him back towards goal, and he takes the mark like 35 out, and like
But what
I
about
just go
the-
down on my knees. Like,
Did he kick the goal
tears.
before as well?
Yeah, he did. So he would
Yeah,
have
that
two
one wasn't
goals.
on me though.
I wanted to clear your name
Yeah,
because I
thank
wouldn't
you.
have brought this up if I noticed that he's bagged two on you and you're my guest in the pod. And I've thrown you to the wolves.
But what about the clearance from that midfielder, the Perth Demons midfielder?
Yeah.
Before that, like, literally flushed it. And I don't think Clay could have done anything else better just to, like, block him off. Like, literally flushed it, laced out Riley.
it was
But luckily
yeah.
he missed it.
Yeah,
Lucky.
very
Very
lucky.
lucky.
Yeah, we were lucky, but and I've been having some real troubles with that Burley lately, like trying to kick it long to post, and I'm like like kicking flower bags at
Well,
the
you
moment.
didn't need a day like that because that affects ball drop.
Helicopters.
That affects ball drop
yeah,
big time.
yeah, and then so Bakes, unbelievable kick from Bakes. He's a very good kick, and he sort of hits me about 50 out from a kick in with about I reckon like
Minute.
30 seconds to go, minute to go, and I've got the ball and I'm like,
Just
I've got to
bomb it
kick
long.
this long. I've got to kick this long, and I've got to kick it near the boundary line so we can get another stoppage. And I'm like, oh no, but.
That was like me, like, a minute before that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
So,
I hate them footies. I had more handballs than kicks on the weekend.
Oh, so it's a completely different footy in the WAFF. Is that what you're telling me?
yeah,
Burley,
Burley
yeah.
to Sharon.
I thought the shape would be the same.
No, not really. A bit pointier.
Interesting.
They're different.
But Sharon's are a bit more curved.
Look, boys haven't played a lot in both leagues, so I
Yeah.
wasn't to know that one.
You would have played with a Burley though,
Oh, honestly,
but you wouldn't
embarrassing.
have really
I don't
played
know.
with a Sharon
I
much.
don't know. I don't know. When the players ask for kickouts when I'm in my Julius Marlowe's out here, I don't hit targets, so I don't know. That's helping you. Well, how crazy was it to meet a teammate from Victoria who's been in town 10 minutes and he comes on and kicks 5 and it debuts? Mental
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah,
What's he like?
he was good.
He almost took a hanger too.
Big
Yeah.
hanger.
Yeah, if he marked that, that would have been... Oh,
Mark of the year in waffle in your first game.
literally.
He's a good man. I only just found. Obviously, no one's really. He's probably only met most of the boys today. He'd only really met the guys the AFL players who played waffle on the weekend.
Yeah.
They're the only ones he'd met, and I suppose Dom because I think he's with Dom at the
Living with
moment.
Dom.
Yeah, I heard
Apparently.
that.
He was saying something that Dom is a really good cook as well.
Yeah, helpful dude to land with. I reckon if
Yeah.
he landed in your mob, he's overeating a bit.
And then,
But good dude.
yeah, great dude.
wicked.
He's I think he's a fully qualified chippy. He said yesterday. And me and Jacko walked over to Laker after we had a clinic on a day off. So to everyone at who works at West Coast who thinks we're never working, we were working on a day off. And we went over to the Laker and him and Archer were there. They grew up neighbours or something.
Oh, that is he Gippy Powerboy?
Yeah, Gippy.
Yeah.
So they were like next door neighbours
That's mental.
when they were growing up, apparently. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Who had more disposals out of the two of you on the weekend? Don't say how many you had because that might give it away. Who do you reckon had more?
You,
I'll give you clues.
you
One
did it.
different.
TD would have had 15. I had 14.
Yeah, you're onto it.
No, it changed.
When?
Did you go up?
Yeah, I looked like yesterday.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen it.
they usually do
They
change.
do change it. I think I got 17 now.
Oh, mate, they've robbed you heaps on this stat.
Boy, you check the
Yeah.
Waffle app.
Have a
You
look.
check the Waffle app after the game, and I've
change.
had 14.
The next day
this
it'll be
last-
different.
Last night I wrote this script.
Like,
Yeah.
Literally, Clay Hall had after the game 30, then they changed it to 31 yesterday.
So Thump, when you're having around 12 or 13 most weeks like me, straight after the game, you're waiting a day or two to
To get the 15.
really tell everyone how many you had.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Does it go down ever? Because it seems like it's just inflating at the moment.
Sometimes, yeah. I
It
think
does sometimes, but yeah, not often.
Too risky. All right. What about the waffle tunes they're playing after the game? So they had the Eagles team song from the 90s or like our old team songs. Oh, yeah, whatever.
that was before the game they played the old song.
Did they?
Yeah, they didn't play the new one.
Nah, and then they had the Holy Grail. I was like, a bit presumptuous. Like,
Yeah.
we're just beating Perth and we're still third bottom, but Holy Grail, sure. And then Bon Jovi Living on a Prayer comes on, like blasting.
I heard the song "I'm on the highway to hell," and I was singing that on the bus. Remember?
Yeah,
before we
you
came,
were.
before we came to Northam,
Mental win.
I was singing that song.
It was it was a good setup though. Good country vibe. I enjoyed it actually. Yeah.
Big crowd. I didn't think it was going to be that big.
It'd have to be. That's a
Yeah.
big deal for Northern to get
Yeah.
the waffle
The
there.
wind, I reckon. Sorry to the poor supporters there though, but the wind has really like affected that because they were all on the wind's like howling across the ground and they're on the ground.
He's saying all the play on the opposite side.
It was all on the opposite side.
Yeah.
I reckon it would have been more atmosphere if the ball was played on their side a little bit more.
But how lucky that rain hasn't
Yeah.
touched that day.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
Bloody hell.
bucketed down all week.
Little bit of sprinkle, I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
I avoided that.
We both wore long sleeves as well. So
Yeah.
very warm.
I know. It was easy to pick you two out there. It
Jumper.
was great.
Yeah. Wear it again this week.
All right. Fan questions, and I'm going to send you on your way. You two are doing good.
Yes.
Oh, actually, if
Loving
Oscar doesn't want to come on, I'm happy to.
Sorry, is this you pitching for a
No, just if he's never.
Mate, you just told me you're too busy working public holidays and now you're opting for more podcasting gigs. Should have seen Jacko's face when I had to ask him
I
to get
know.
you in here.
And you should have heard Trey trying to convince me that I'm taking too much time off work.
I believe it. How's your
Don't
teeth
even get
today?
me-
Teeth are going all right?
No, mine are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, my teeth are fine. Trey's got the same problem at the moment, he reckons.
Send him to your man.
I think he's putting mail on it.
All right. Fan questions. Thanks to everyone who wrote in. Before I forget, there is no episode next week. The boys are on a break. It's bye. They need a spell.
We won't be, me and you.
No, mate, we're not doing a potty. No one cares about us.
Ooh,
DUR is
won't
bringing
we?
the crowds in, all right? Then no one's listening without the two of us, believe me. Isaiah, is one of your nicknames Pecker?
Yeah. Something my dad made up for me like when I was graduating. Don't worry about what a pecker is.
Should we have players catch on to that now? Or
No.
you don't want it to return?
States calls me it because when we were over in Melbourne, Jack said it to me, my little brother, and States must have heard it, and now he keeps calling me Pecker.
If you don't like it, mate, we'll stay away. All
No,
right.
I don't mind it.
Brodie Johnson, favourite player to play with and why?
Liam, probably. I think every time he's had the ball, he's always looking for me. Like every single time. You'd see against Melbourne, as soon as my second touch, I think it was, he always like see me leading, kick straight to me.
That's fair if you're on for one quarter.
Yeah, and even the game against East Freo at the start of the year, my goal that I kicked was from his on the run. That was his. He's always looking for me.
Yeah, if he didn't get chosen as the favourite, that would have been weird if he's purposely trying to find you.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you enjoy playing with, mate? You haven't played with Jacko yet, which is even funnier.
I'm excited to play with Jacko.
He is an angry Ant on the
But
field.
I also know that because he's angry in the office and lets me know that I've nearly cost us the game 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I played all 18 games with him last year. As well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can testify how angry he gets
Yeah,
on
he
field,
does,
right?
yeah.
Which I'm excited about. But I know, I'm joking, but I will be taking it serious when he's out there. But
He's going
I
to be a
feel like
real
just-
good asset.
maybe if we kick a goal and he's like, or they kick a goal, I might laugh just behind him if he's like yelling about something.
Hopefully we just go on a run now, just win multiple games and then make finals.
That'd be good. Subi gettable this week.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that.
yeah.
But I think that's why we get a grumpier Jacko around the office. He's got no channeling.
Yeah.
You can't vent it on field. It's just bottling up and popping out his neck.
And it's an aggressive Jacko that we're getting in the office at the moment as well. He hasn't laid a tackle, so he decided to put me on the ground and land on me today.
We'll go see HR after this, mate. Don't you worry. I got you.
You'll be able to get it on the camera or something.
Will I?
Yeah.
Sweet.
All
right.
That good though.
Stella Victoria, 2009. If you could spend the day as any other West Coast Eagles player, who would it be and why? I'm not picking Harley Reid if you're making me go out to Freo and do a club fitting when I can't swing a club. So who else are you picking?
Still maybe Harley just for the perks. Like for Harley.
You're
sort of
getting the
perks.
perks.
I know.
That's
I know.
you.
Okay,
You're
well,
Robin.
Not that then.
Yeah.
I'd probably say Jeremy McGovern, highest paid player on our list.
Is that a fact? I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
I thought Oscar might have been up there or weighted back
Maybe.
in. Don't know.
Maybe.
What about TB? You got a day in Peppy Grove. That'd be nice.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
maybe like I don't know, like maybe Duggo. Duggo seems cool.
Yeah. Hanging out with dogs.
Yeah.
Misses, no kid responsibilities. Like Gov's got to look after 3 rugrats for a day.
But he's got a mansion as well. And then he drives a Tesla and a Land Cruiser.
So does Ryan
26.
Marrick. Be Ryan Marrick for the day in your Tesla.
Yeah, but Gov's a millionaire.
Okay. Sal Davies. Do you miss Kalgoorlie?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I haven't been back in ages. I might go there back there on the bye. I think my local footy club are playing on the Saturday there, so I'll go back and see
you
all my
can't
friends.
go and play in that game.
No, I'm not going to go play.
go
No,
and
I'm just going to go say hello to some old friends, see some of the family, and yeah.
With some of these matches, will you fly back now or will you drive?
Fly, probably. Yeah,
dog
probably
poop.
fly.
Yeah. What is it, half an hour in the air?
Yeah, literally, like 45 minutes, and then like a 6-hour drive to Kalgoorlie.
Yep.
And then when we got to Northern, I said, "Come on, horse, 5 hours, let's go," because horse is also from Kalgoorlie.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Love that. I didn't know that actually about horse. All right, last question. Jay Jaden, what was the Perth player saying to you before you swung at him?
Did you let one?
Were you taking swings at players?
no, I wasn't.
I'm just reading what Jay Jaden wrote,
You were in
mate.
amongst a few. There was a few little. You were in amongst most of them though.
I forgot what he said. I don't know. I don't really speak when you're in a bit of a scuffle, but yeah, I can't really remember.
Yeah.
Nah.
When we're talking about Harley as well, and as this, have either of you been suspended or fined for
No.
any kind of footy ever in your life?
I've been fined for wrestling, and
You look like a bit of a...
can you imagine me wrestling?
Well, that's how you get them. Take
It
them.
was in last year in the VFL. There was, fined for wrestling. So one of the guys just started we were getting pumped, and I don't even know what, because I see them. They could be from me to the corner, and I'm like,
Did you just make finals last year?
nah. And then I just went in there and sort of done a little bit of wrestling, but barely. And then I seen that I had a $300 fine, which was
$300?
costly for me.
It's no Harry Edwards fine on the weekend. You see that?
What happened?
Nah.
Rough conduct, $3.5 grand,
Yeah.
3 to 7 with King.
Yeah. We were talking about that. He didn't even know what tackle it was.
Can the club pay for that?
They could, but they won't. I'm pretty sure the players take care of that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think if it's one that let's say you're in a brawl and then everyone comes over to help you and you're the one that gets fined, if I feel like if the players think they might chip in if it's we can all help if we're sort of all involved but one person gets in trouble.
Interesting. So on melee where everyone's just wrestling to stick up for someone, there might be a communal
everyone
pot.
might just chuck into.
Mate, if
pay
I'm
that
if
fine.
I'm Dewar and I've spent 3/4 of a game on the bench and come on for the last quarter, and you're asking me to chip in when Gov and mate, Gov, you pay for it.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for it. I wasn't even on the ground when it happened.
Yeah.
Just made that up.
I would have believed it. Hey, boys, thanks so much. I mean, it's been a long day.
Yep.
Cramming 3 days in. Dewar, the podcasting debut.
Yep.
You did good. Milkman, you're a solid contributor. We'll get you back in when Flinny comes in.
Yes.
I just wanted to give him a week,
Yeah.
He's just getting his breath back. Big
Yeah.
fella. But that's probably when we'll see you next. Good luck with
Absolutely.
your golf fitting and all the best for the next game, boys.
Yep. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Thumper. Appreciate
Cheers,
it.
Thump.